Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, fans across the globe, people across the globe, men, women, children, countrymen, and the like, to the Men's Physique Show. Let's go. Who do we have today? You already know who I've got on today. The best host on the planet Earth, the man himself, the Australian voice of Men's Physique, the man who will take a 150-pound boomerang, throw and catch it with teeth. That's right. Hey, Bob. Come on, Tony. Let's go.
Let's go, Phil. I'm playing with my boy.
The most electrifying, most influential man in Men's Physique. You know him, the heart of Men's Physique. You guessed it right. Holden Glass. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, myself, the gaffer, Aline Bolton, IBB Masters Pro. Happy to be here and happy that you're here. Let's get into it.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Holy shit. That's why you announced the shows right there.
There's no better voice to do it.
No better energy. That's what we're talking about.
Hey,
how you feeling? How you feeling,
so
Gaffer?
Brother, I am so freaking hyped. Let me tell you why I'm hyped today. First and foremost, of course, I'm hyped because I'm here with my boys, with my brothers. And I can't wait to get into all the topics we're going to talk about in the show today. We have so many to share with you guys. And wow, what a week. The other reason why I'm hyped is because we have 3.7 million views this past week in 7 days with our social media content that we put out there. I'm just like,
it comes. There he is. We're just Phil was just saying how 3.7 million views in the last week. Slow season. We've been together for 50 days. That's it. And it's just phenomenal. It's just a testament to how many people are truly enjoying our content, which speaks volumes. We're just so grateful for the audience, who, by the way, I know the Gaff and the Avon, we've been talking about it. Y'all need a name. We need a name for the audience. What do we want to call the Men's Physique Show audience?
We do. Yeah, we'd love to hear you guys throw some comments in, throw some names around. Best name wins. What are we going to call the fans of the Men's Physique Show? What are we going to call our militia, our group, our clan, our brigade? What are we going to call you guys? So come up with a name, and we're excited, man. We're all moving together, onward and upward we go in honor, and that's how we ride out. The other reason, by the way, I want to just say why I'm so excited is because tomorrow is my eldest son's birthday, Akai Bolton. And man, I'm so happy to have him in my life, man. I'm so glad that he's such an honorable guy, highly intelligent, incredible physique. When he was born, just to let you guys know, he had the most muscular physique I've ever seen on a child. And I'm not just saying that. He had striations. I was like, oh my God, clearly I did something right and was blessed here. Clearly I'm into bodybuilding because my son is coming out looking like this. He could be statuesque in his physique, man. He is like ripped, abbed out, the whole nine. I mean, what an incredible physique, what an incredible mind, and more importantly, what an incredible character that he has. So love you, son. Akai Bolton, check him out.
We love you, Akai. We love you, brother.
Well, one more thing before we actually get into the interview, or into the episode, sorry. We talked about you guys being, we want a name for you guys, but if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we want you part of the movement. I couldn't let you guys talk about them dropping the name of the crew that we're going to kind of assemble, but we need you guys part of the team, part of the movement. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow us on Spotify as well. We're there as well. But most importantly, while you're here, YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification bell so you're notified every single time we upload a video. Heart, get on with the show.
Let's go.
Love it. You guys heard the man. Subscribe ASAP. Smash that button. Let's talk about this. We got some amazing topics to talk about in the Men's Physique division. We're only talking about Men's Physique because that's who we are. We are the Men's Physique Show. And over the weekend, I'm going to share my screen, boys, because I have some news and I have some topics and I have some trending stories that I want you guys to hear about. So here we go. First one is Ryan Terry. I'm sure we all know who this is. This is our 3 times in a row Men's Physique Olympia champ. And I think the last person to do it 3 times in a row was no other than Jeremy Buendia back in the day, 2014, 15, 16, and 17. Ryan Terry has done something that no one else has done other than Jeremy Buendia. Brandon's titles were kind of staggered, which is impressive in itself. He won a couple, lost, got it back, which is incredible in itself. But Ryan Terry, the latest post by MyProtein says 3 times Mr. Olympia. We're just getting started. And before I play these clips of Terry actually talking and breaking down how many Olympia titles he's going to win, this is just crazy, man. Because when I think about Ryan Terry, I don't, and this is no diss or anything on Terry. I just don't expect him to win 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you never know what can happen. And the fact that he still wants to push this hard is just like, bro, I'm behind this guy. I'm behind Terry all the way. What do you guys think?
Brother,
It's hard to beat someone with that champion mentality.
Yeah, I agree. When you have that type of champion mindset and the discipline, and you've been there, and then he also surrounds himself with other champions like Chris Bumstead and, you know, so many other athletes and just champions in other facets of life. You see him in Dubai and a whole 9 around, you know, CEOs and so forth and so on. I honestly believe, like, if Ryan Terry just continues to add additional density to his back and maybe a little bit more to the chest or whatever, subtly a little bit more, but just makes his back a little bit. Because you can never have, like you said, Hart, last time, you can never have a big enough back, a thick enough back, more an over striated back. That's never going to happen. You're never going to get deducted points for that, right? That's just never going to happen. Unlike arms, having, too big of arms is something different. So I think if he just continues to bring up that back, it just makes it so difficult for anyone to catch up to him. Now, he's got some hot ass competition coming up. I mean, you've got guys who look similar to him, Dilson from Brazil, who has a similar physique. You've got Brandon working on his back, religiously. Ali Bilal, of course. I mean, we spoke with him. We know Ali Bilal's cooking some hot fire in the kitchen. So can't wait to see what he brings to the O. But brother, that's just names that you kind of know of. Andre Dayu. We could go on and on. And Emmanuel Hunter, Ebanks, of course. I mean, on and on and on. You got guys like Paul Gustave out of France, who's got an incredible back. And brother, it's just the competition just gets better and better every year. I'm excited to see how the champ keeps everyone at bay.
I think the beauty about Ryan is the fact that he knows that the younger guys are coming for him, but I think it just lights a fire under his butt to keep getting better and keep pushing and push. And like you said, Aline, this guy surrounded himself with winners and champions. We saw it during his last couple of preps. Like, this guy has one of the strongest champion mentalities that I've ever seen. We saw him when he first started to climb the ranks. He was placing 7th and 4th and 2nd. So he knows what it's like to climb the ranks. But even more so, during his last preps, think about what he's done. During this prep, he did the watch company. The last prep, he opened up his gym. The year before was when he had his first child. So this guy knows what it's like to work under pressure, and he delivers time and time again. Winning 3 Olympias back to back to back in those circumstances, it's a testament to the athlete that Ryan is. And I feel like with the additional pressure with these younger guys coming up the ranks, it's going to, like I said, fuel that fire. And who knows, we could see him beating Jeremy's 4 Olympias in no time.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video. And this is an interview that Ryan Terry did explaining, his feelings and where he thinks his future lies in the sport. Let's look at this.
To break records, it's trying to set yourself apart from the rest, and I've always been obsessed with that from a kid. Knowing I'm tied with Brandon, knowing there's question marks in people's minds whether I am the best ever, and in my head I'm like, I want to prove this, I want to do this now. So yeah, I'm more than fired up. And people say when you're at the top you're never as hungry. I feel the opposite. I feel like I've got a point to prove now, and people believe in me. Like, we're just getting started. People always say, why am I to be put in the center from the very get-go, from the first few seconds, and then to never be moved out or compared against anybody else was an amazing feeling. And it's a feeling I might never get again. Knowing everything you've done, you've stepped on stage at your very best, and your very best was worthy of winning over 72 guys in the first few seconds. I'm still in disbelief. I'm still not registering it as though that happened. To be put in the center, winning that 3rd title, was absolutely phenomenal. not just because of the fans and not just because of getting the third title, more so how the industry as a whole has accepted me now. It feels different, and people have treated me different, and I can safely say now my resume is completed, and I definitely feel like I've cemented my legacy in bodybuilding now. Winning that third time, I've watched other competitors go at each other, but I've always stayed in my lane, kept quiet, got on with my work, done my own thing. So then this year, obviously quite apparent, a certain somebody really went for me in the early days. You said it perfectly. It unleashed something in me though, because I've always worked from trying to prove people wrong. If someone says you're not good enough, I go into the depths of wherever I need to go to prove that person wrong. So I've always been driven by that scenario. Didn't realize how much until this prep, but that moment that started happening, I got so obsessed with beating and being at my best. I was training 3 times a day. I was cutting my food out a bit earlier than I should have done. I was doing cardio. I was so regimented in my food, my supplementation. So yeah, it definitely sparked something in me which I didn't think I had anymore. I've watched other competitors. I'm not saying it's 4, I'm not saying it's 5, I'm not saying it's 6, but until my body tells me, or until my family or I'm ready to give in, that's when I'll back it. But on the flip side, I definitely want to go out on top. I don't want to just be that guy where everyone's wishing him to move on or I lose it. I'd like to go out on my terms. I'm not saying it's 4.
I want to pass this off to Avomp first, and then Aleem, I'd love to get your reaction after Avomp. Avomp, what are your biggest takeaways from this interview of Ryan Terry? Looks like he did this in Dubai.
The biggest takeaway is don't add any additional pressure to this guy. And I said it right after the Olympia. The fact that the certain somebody, Ali Bilal, did put a lot of heat on Ryan from the get-go. But as you said, he used it as fuel. It sparked something in him that he's never really had before. And that's literally what I was just saying. If people add additional pressure to this guy, he knows what to do with it. He'll capitalize on that pressure and he will hit the clutch, change gears, and take off.
100%. Gaffa, what do you think about the interview?
What was his? So the first chip that he won, the most influential and thing that he heard or what lit his fire was you. When you called him out and you said, "Hey, if you're not trying to move up the rank, then what are you still doing?" And that lit a fire in him, and he won the first one. So it was because of you that he won the first one. Of course, Amy also, but because of you, right? Second one, I don't remember what his motivation was for the second. Do you guys remember what was the motivating factor?
I
know the
want to
third
say
one
it
was-
was. I want to say it was, proven that he's not going to be a one and done Mr. Olympia. He's here to stay.
because people were saying he was a one and done. Plus, he had his kid. And then the third one was Ali Bilal, and people saying, "Yo, Ali's probably going to take it." He was right there, and that lit a fire on him. Now, his fire is to win 4. I see a trend. I see a mentality, a champion mindset. Michael Jordan would do that before every game. He would find something that motivated him, something that pissed him off that either someone said or kind of looked at him funny. There's tales of, coaches walking by him and he's playing them the next day and they walk by and they don't say hello to him. And that just pissed him off. Like, "Oh, you didn't say hi to me? Okay, for that, I'm going to give you the hellfire." Right. And Ryan Terry has developed that type of, relentless champion mindset. Brother, I'm not betting against him, even though the competition is crazy. I'm not betting against this guy. I hope we get him on the show sometime soon.
Could you imagine getting Terry on the show?
Bro, like we said
That would be
last week, if we
insane.
could get him and Amy Terry on the show, oh my God. Like, what?
Game over. See 2 perspectives. That'll be amazing.
Oh my God. That would be
Man,
phenomenal.
I mean, this is so. How can you not love Ryan Terry? How he's represented the division, how he's represented the Olympia title, how he's represented being the best father possible. I wouldn't be surprised if we talked about Terry every single week. It's so cool to see the mindset of Terry 3 months post Olympia, and he wants to be right back on that stage competing, and he wants more titles. Ryan Terry, brother, we absolutely love you. We got some more updates, boys. Brandon Hendrickson, who again is another 3-time Mr. Olympia champion, is giving us some workout updates, some physique updates. Earlier this week, I hopped on a live with him on Instagram, and Brandon Hendrickson is absolutely infamous for doing his apple cider vinegar in the morning, and he told me on that live that he has something very special in the works, the Gaffa. And what was that he said?
Bro, it was wild. I didn't expect it, but he's got his own apple cider vinegar that he's coming out with. And did he
Gummies.
mention something? The gummies, that's right. He's coming out with
Apple cider
gummies.
vinegar
I can't
gummies.
Bro, I've been telling him for the longest time in DMs, like, how are they not sponsoring you at this point? And you know what? I love his mentality because he said, I'm not looking for a sponsor from them. I'm going to go do this myself. And that's again, he's a champ, brother. This guy will literally go to any show and put himself out there in any country at any time and go up against anyone. And I love that about the 3-time champ, Brandon Hendrickson. He is phenomenal. And the dude's got some great skin. I think he said he might be coming out with a skin product or whatever, right?
Skincare, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that right, Bill? I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah. I remember him saying he's in the works. I remember you saying something along the lines of he's got some of the clearest skin in the division. And I know that was an exclusive little update that he dropped on that live saying, hey, he's working on something. So, yeah, stay tuned for that one, guys. But Hart, you're trying some new skin. I was going to say, Hart, you're on the skincare routine at the moment, aren't you?
I am. I have a wonderful company. One of my brothers, who I've known for a very long time, started Kippy, which is just probably one of the leading skincare brands for not only just everyday use, but bodybuilders as well. And they're going to be in the market, and we're so excited to get partnered with them. We just got off the phone with them, and they're sending us products, and we can't wait to start using them. Me and my girlfriend have been using them for the last couple months. My skin is clearer, her skin is clearer. So we definitely believe in Kippy, and we can't wait to get you, Avomp, and the Gaffa some Kippy products in hand. What do you guys think?
Man,
I was going to say,
wife,
with us being on screen, or
yeah,
go ahead, Gaffer. All right, I'll take this one. I was going to say, with us being on screen all the time, a bit of additional skincare wouldn't go astray. I mean, we've got the lights here. We want to look good on the show every single week. And, by the sounds of it, by what you're telling me, Hart, what Anna's been saying, Kip is the way to go. So I'm looking forward to trying that out.
Yeah.
Brother,
Gaffa,
let me say that, yeah, when we first started a conversation with Kippy, and we were looking at them as, a potential sponsor, and we were talking about, synergies and just kind of what their vision is for their product and how it aligned with our vision for the show and where we're taking things. And, it just made a lot of sense. So my wife literally jumped online and started looking at their ingredients and their products. And she's all about that skincare product. I mean, she's got like a whole routine that she does. And, the fact that you're able to truncate a lot of that routine into just one product, she's so excited to get this because it's going to save her some time. And I'm kind of getting new to the game. Like, she's been doing stuff with me and whatnot. So I can't wait to see how this product actually goes and how clear it makes the skin. But, apparently it's got all the organic, ingredients that you need. And my wife was raving about it. Like, oh, it's got this, it's got that. And this is what you need. And I was like, I don't know anything about this stuff. So you put me on right now. I let her be the educator here, but brother, I can't wait to get that product.
We're very excited about Kippy. Very, very excited. More is coming. Be on the lookout for some Kippy. Brandon Hendrickson, one of the only guys on the Arnold Classic roster, the only Mr. Olympia competing at the Arnold Classic in early March, has been dropping some physique updates. If you guys know Brandon Hendrickson, you guys know that Brandon does not mess around in the weight room. This guy is a damn dog. I don't even know if I'd want to work out with him because I'd probably be dead. I mean, he's about to break the damn machine. He's working out so hard. And if you notice, he's not using an insane amount of weight, but that mind muscle connection is just engaged like crazy. You see his coach, Neil Yoda Hill, rooting him on. Boys, we are 9 weeks out from the 2026 Arnold Classic. Brandon Hendrickson says, I'm still waiting to be broken down and built back up. I don't want the handouts. The top is so much better when you're climbing it yourself. Be Henny, everyone. The Gaffa, what do you think of this workout routine? What do you think about Be Henny?
Brother, I mean, the body speaks for itself, right? Like when you look at his body and you look how detailed his front has become, right, over the years, one of the best front poses of all time in men's physique. And this brother built up his back. Oh my God. Like, he's already got a nice back the originator of the Hendrickson squeeze, right?
Penny squeeze, boy.
Brother, but look how much size he's put on. Like,
Huge.
look at his size,
He's
bro. I haven't
huge.
seen him this freaking big ever. I when he starts cutting, oh my God. Like, look at this guy, bro.
Come on.
Look at him, bubbly, just
Bubble,
busting
bubble,
out, bro. Incredible physique, brother. I can't wait to have him on the show too. I know you guys can't either, but Phil, what do you think?
Man, this is
His
one of the
shape.
nicest shapes I've seen. I mean,
Bro.
like you said, look how round he is. He's round in all the right places. Talking about his workout, like you said, Hart, like the guy doesn't need a whole heap of weight to build a body that a lot of these men's physique guys aspire for. It just goes to show, like, it's about training smart. Yes, train hard, but train smart. And I think Brandon's a perfect example of that. I can tell by his technique, his form, the way that he controls the weight. Like, it's about being smart, guys, in the gym. End of the day, these guys are in it for longevity. They don't want to risk, making silly mistakes and injuring themselves that are going to take them out of shows, because we need to remember this is their livelihood. At the end of the day, you need to do whatever it takes to be able to put that money on the table, put that bread on the table to support yourself. So training smart will always be superior than anything else. But I'm excited to see what he brings to that Arnold stage, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Impressive.
I mean, this is a 3 days out physique update from Brandon Hendrickson. He's working out. This is why I have him winning the Arnold Classic. I'm going to hold to my gun. Sometimes I go back and forth, and I know there's some just all-star, supreme elite physique showing up to this show. Andre Dayu, Ben Quill, Emmanuel Hunter, guys who've been in the top 5 multiple times. I'm not counting anyone out. I just have my money on B. If I have $100 and I'm trying to make $200, I got to put it on Mr. B Henny squeeze. And I love seeing his coach. Every post that he has, his coach is right there. I believe we interviewed Ryan Clark, and Ryan Clark talked about Neil Yoda Hill, and he said, hey, if you don't want a coach that's on your ass, his eyes are on you all day long, 24/7. Gaff, you remember this conversation. Don't sign up with Neil. So what do you think of all this, man?
Man, I think that when you have the right coach who can deliver the message to you the right way, and normally the right way for a champion is just straight up, uncut, unfiltered, just tell me what's up, but yet so detailed and so meticulous with the way in which they coach, from the diet to the technique and how you actually work out. Again, Phil, you had just mentioned not using a lot of weight. So many newbies mess themselves up and just destroy their shoulders. And even if they don't destroy their shoulders initially in that one session, over time, they just destroy their shoulders because they're benching too heavy of a weight and not really controlling the weight and allowing the chest to actually do the pushing. Instead, they're like incorporating other muscles and everything else. Bro, he is just the master of technique. Neil Yoda Hill and Brandon together. I mean, what a winning combination. Amazing.
I agree 100%. I mean, he's famous for doing these as well. That turn with the body, hitting that upper middle chest where 99% of guys lack. Not Brandon Hendrickson. If you're lacking that body part, watch B Henny's stuff, man. Brandon Hendrickson, 9 weeks out, we can see the abs already in the wife beater. Like, bro, this guy is getting better and better as he ages. What is this? And this comment sums it up. It's what we just talked about. Everyone's seeing this, right? You got eyes. You're seeing this from B Henny. Bigger, thicker, and more focused. Big bro is on a mission. Avon, is this guy on a mission, or is he on a mission?
He's on a mission. There's no doubt about this. I mean, he knows that Ryan Terry is on a mission to, be the best, be the GOAT. And I'm sure in the back of his mind, he wants to be the GOAT. These guys will be fighting back and forth. The question is, who is going to be the GOAT at the end of the day when all is said and done, and both these guys jump off the stage for the last time? Who will the fans remember as the greatest of all time? And I know that this guy knows that. And I know that he wants that title badly. So, yeah, he's going to be bigger. He's going to be better. It's going to be a more improved Brandon that we see in 9 weeks. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to that stage.
My last question for the GAFA and for Avon before we move on to our next topic. We're 9 weeks out. I forgot what you guys said last week because I don't think I heard it loud enough. You guys got Brandon winning the Arnold Classic 2026?
Woo!
I'm putting you on the spot.
Wow. I'm gonna let Avon go first, bro, because I gotta switch this around a little bit.
We're gonna get him on for an interview, Avon. You better watch your words here, dog.
I know. I've got to say, I mean, this is a mini Olympia, and the quality that's going to be on that stage on that day is going to be something special. Now, Brandon knows that, and I know that he will be working his absolute ass off to make sure that he's the last man on that stage on that day. He's going to be up against some really tough competition, but there's no doubt in my mind that he is the one to beat at this show. Everyone else is, in my eyes, playing catch up, but 9 weeks is a long time, and anything can happen in 9 weeks. So as long as Brandon brings his A game, he does the work, puts in the hard yards that we all know that he is going to do. Like I said, I feel like he's going to be the guy staying in that middle square at the end of the day.
Wow. It's hard to go against Brandon for so many reasons. Number one, being able to keep and retain new muscle tissue is Neil Yoda Hill's specialty. I mean, you see what he did with Mike Summerfield and how much muscle tissue he put on for the classic, right? For the classic division in such a short period of time. You see what he's done with Ryan Clark and put on so much muscle tissue, right? Over like a year and a half period of time. And now you see Brandon really focusing on his back. And I'm just curious to see how much he brings his back up, because if there's any Achilles heel that he has, it's not really, it's not really an Achilles heel because he has an incredible back, but just
I agree.
the division has come up so much. It's like, if that gets aligned, I mean, how you're not beating him in the front more than likely. Like the only one who has a better or has, I don't even want to say better, but who has a comparable front in this show is probably going to be Edwin Palmera, who has just an incredible front pose. I mean, so bubbly, ribbed striations everywhere, obliques, interior serratus, carved out, chiseled out abs. I mean, shoulder to shoulder ratio. Brandon is still, maybe even better than him. And that's that's incredible to say that. And if that back comes up, bro, I don't know, because the competition is so thick. Andre Dayu and like we said, Dilson, and up and coming guys who could just take you out. You don't even expect them to come in and win. Paul Kostov kind of guys, and the dude from Turkey that we were just talking about, Barak. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, dude, like there's just an incredible arsenal of talent that's going to be on that stage. I can't wait to see it. But if I had to put my money on one, and you're calling me out hard, yeah, I'm not going against B. Henny right now. I can't do it right now. I'm close.
That's your boy.
I got him and Edron, and then Andre Dayu, like boom, 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 right there. It's like splitting hairs. But yeah, I can't go against B. Henny, man. It's difficult.
One of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. That's a 17-hour argument that a million people could have all day long, all throughout the year. Brandon Hendrickson, again, we love you, brother, and can't wait to get you onto the show here shortly. 9 weeks out, ladies and gentlemen, is our boy B. Henny, the Latina King. Okay. Next, there's some other fun stuff going down. Love you, B. Ali Bilal, we posted an Ali Bilal interview, and right now on the YouTube channel, it is absolutely popping off. If you haven't got a chance to go check out the Ali Bilal interview, I'm going to say less and let the gaffa pop off here.
Bro, first of all, this is the fastest viewed and growing video that we've ever put out. That's number one. I mean, his information, the knowledge that he dropped, the humble beginnings, the confidence in self, the gems in terms of, how he prepares for a show, what he does, his mindset, just top notch, high level information that as an NPC amateur or a pro, if you haven't checked this out, you're doing yourself an injustice. I mean, why would you never leave money on the table, and then never leave information on the table? And this is a table full of intel. So if you're looking to eat and get your shit together, you better watch this, because bro, he talks about everything from watches, timepieces, to tanning, to his journey, to just what it would take for him to maybe hang it up, to younger and up and coming competitors, and how he views the industry and business. Like, the dude just dropped intel nonstop. Boom, 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 boom. Brother, what a phenomenal human being. Loved having him on the show. Can't wait to have him again. What do you think, Phil?
You hit the nail right on the head, man. Like this, I could listen to Ali all day. Like you said, the gems that he dropped, the secrets that a lot of athletes don't know about. Like we know that Ali's got one of the best hands on that stage. And for him to dive deep in something, for him to dive deep into a topic that not many people know about. Like I saw the comments, people are now gonna start using it. We saw the saves. I think there was like 700 saves. That shows me that there are 700 athletes out there that are gonna start washing themselves with Ali's secret. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but go check out the Instagram reel, go check out the YouTube video to find out what that one is. But this showed us a completely different side to Ali, because leading up to the Olympia, a lot of people had a view on him being the arrogant guy, talking the talk type thing, running his mouth, where when you actually sit down and listen to Ali and the type of person he is, it will completely change your view on this guy, not only how great he is as an athlete, but also how incredible he is as a human being. So yeah, after this video, guys, go check that one out.
You got to. Ali Bilal was awesome. You know what's so cool? I feel like if Ali Bilal actually sat down for an hour over some really yummy food with Ryan Terry, I feel like they would really kick it off. I really do. I feel like they would really connect. What do you think?
Yeah. I think if Ali Bilal sat down with anyone for an hour, even Brandon,
Let's
like
be
even
real.
after all that, right? Because
Yeah.
where he's coming from is a place of collaboration, not competition necessarily. Like, yeah, there's competition there for sure. But it's more about self-evolution than anything for him. And the dude is just so wise for someone who hasn't been educated in the traditional sense of the matter, like going
Happy birthday,
to
by the way.
Oh, yo, that's right. Happy birthday, Ali.
Yes.
Turned 31 the other day.
Let's go. I mean, he's only 31, bro. He's got
31.
like 5 to 8 more years to put more muscle tissue on. That just gets grainier and grainier and denser and denser. That grown man muscle tissue. Like, we haven't even seen that version of Ali Bilal yet. Imagine when that happens, how he could run the gauntlet and just rack up. I mean, Ryan better keep going, because if this dude starts winning, I don't know. And let's say just B. Henny decides to retire at some point in the next few years, Ali Bilal might just eclipse everybody.
I agree. I agree
100%.
100%. Guys, I do want to point out that we do have a giveaway that we're going to announce the winner at the end of the show. So make sure you continue to watch through the entirety of the show, because you may not know where we're going to do it. It's going to be towards the end and maybe at the very end, maybe in the next 10 minutes. Watch the entirety of this show. You're not going to want to miss out. Who wins that? Some dope board shorts, some dope supplements. Be ready for that. One thing I do want to have everyone listen to is the secret behind the perfect tan. Avomp, you posted a banging cover photo. I mean, I think you hide your likes on Instagram, bro. And some of these, I'm like, bro, stop hiding your likes, bro. These are getting like thousands and thousands of likes. This has over, how many views? I think this has over 50,000 views. We just posted it less than 20 hours ago. Let's take a look at this video. I want to get your guys' reaction. This is Ali Bilal just dropping dimes and knowledge on how to get the perfect tan. So it displays, it just drapes on your body perfectly. And like Aleem says, just lays down on those striations just perfectly. Let's listen to this reel and what Ali Bilal has to say.
With what is it called? The one that you wash dishes with, that
dishwashing liquid.
That green thing. That soap is made to remove oil from all the oily plates and stuff. Yeah, when you wash your skin with that, with the dishwashing product, it actually dries out your skin like crazy. And then when you put a spray tan on it, it really absorbs because the skin is so dry. It goes into the skin and you look so clean because the skin is not going to be oily for the next day. And you need to wash it like 2 times. First scrub it and then you wash it with that soap. And believe me, it works so good. And you look so clean and so dry. And you don't have any oil and not going to, of course, if you sweat, but it doesn't look like sweating is shining from, you look very like grainy, dry. You take a shower with, what is it called?
What do you guys think of that? Ali Bilal dropping dimes on how to achieve the perfect tan. I feel like guys mess this up. Like 80% of guys show up on stage with not the right tan. The Gaffa, what do you think about this?
First of all, he's so spot on. I didn't even know about and I've gotten some incredible tans before, and seeing his tan, which made me ask a question, it is one of the most unique and most beautiful tans that's up that graces the Olympia stage. So I wanted to, we all wanted to know, obviously, why do you look so polished? And to see some of the comments that some people said, it's so funny because I remember when Conor McGregor from in MMA was working with Ido Portal, his movement coach, and he was doing like these lizard walks and all these kind of like really interesting kind of like movements with his body, and people were knocking it. And they were like, "Oh, that's crazy, this, that, and the third." And I remember when Bruce Lee was venturing into other martial arts to kind of make himself just an evolved version of a fighter. People were like, "That's crazy. You're going into different, like you're learning judo, but you're into kung fu and da 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 da." Anytime you see champions, um, going into other fields and other aspects to perfect it, and not going with the grain, but going maybe left when everyone else is going right. They always are picked at and they're made fun of, and people try to get on them, and they have negative comments to say until it becomes the thing. Then everyone's like, "Oh my God, like why are you not doing that?" And that's similar to some of the comments that I've seen. But thank God, the vast majority of athletes who have seen him and heard this have nothing but praise and have nothing but great things to say. And I'm so happy that he dropped that gem, because I'm going to be doing it when I compete later on this year. I'm sure Phil's going to do it when he competes later this year. And I'm sure you're going to be doing it when you compete later this year, Hart. So, I mean, what a positive gem. And he's so right. When you look at Raymond Dino, when he got on the 2 years ago, Chris Bumstead's last hurrah, right? And how his tan was just running. And it was like, man, whatever he ate or whatever had given him a coat that just made the tan just run, and it looked horrible. You have to have dry skin for it to absorb the tanning. And you want your tan to sit, and you definitely don't want to be behind stage. And you're trying to get ready to step on stage. So you start working out, and you're doing push-ups, and you're going through your routine and whatnot in order to pump up. And then you hit the stage, and now you're sweating, and your tan is running, and it looks crazy. And it's such a shame when you see that happen to an athlete that has a phenomenal shape. They look amazing, and then they get on stage and the presentation is just not there. It's not grade A. And it's a shame because you worked so hard for that moment, and now it's kind of stripped from you for something like not having your tan together. So kudos to him, man, for just dropping that gem and putting us all on.
Avomp, I want to know, are you following Ali's instructions? What do you think? Next time you hop on stage, you doing dish soap? And if you are, I would love to come over and be the one to scrub you down. I know your wife loves you, but I don't think she understands how much I personally love you, Phil. What do you think?
My door's always open, mate. Whenever you want to walk
my
in,
guy.
feel free
Can I
to
hold the camera?
walk in.
Hold the camera while you do that. Yeah.
You're more than welcome as well, mate. We'll make it a party. But what I was going to say is, I've said it a few times on the show that the tan is one of the most important elements to bodybuilding that a lot of people overlook. And I've said it before that you can have the best physique, but if you can't showcase it the right way, it's kind of all for nothing. Now, with the tan, too dark a tan, you get washed out. Too light a tan, you get faded. Now, by doing something just like Ali does, you best believe that you're going to have one of the best tans on that stage. I know that I'm going to be trying it next time I jump on stage, but how can you go against what Ali's telling you? Just take a look at this. Like, Gaffer, when you were talking, I was watching while the video was playing. It was him at the Arnold Classic, and I think that was the best tan that I've ever seen on stage. From how beautifully coated he was, to the glaze, to the physique, the works. How can you not want to try this next time you jump on stage? Or anyone? How can anyone not want to try this? Because the proof's in the pudding. And if one of the best athletes in the world is doing it, I think a lot of people should follow his lead.
Amen.
Amen. Ali Bilal interview is live. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a few ways that you can find it. Avomp, do you want to go ahead and explain different ways of how they can access the interview?
Absolutely. So the first thing that you can do is, if you head to the Men's Physique Show official page, you head to Ali's Reels. If you drop the word Ali in the comments, we will personally send you the link. The second way is to go onto our YouTube channel. We're going to drop the link down below. So as soon as you finish watching this episode of the Men's Physique Show, tap the link in the bio, and that'll head you straight over. But the third way, because we know that a lot of people prefer to listen to the videos and to the shows, we are also available. We're also on Spotify, I should say. So if you search the Men's Physique Show on Spotify, you'll be able to stream it there. There's absolutely no reason for you not to be able to listen or watch the interview.
The Spotify is so dope. I mean, I feel like a lot of people aren't doing the Spotify thing. I just want to pull this up just so people understand where to find it, because Spotify is just massive. That is such a cool value add, like Aleem says. There it is right there on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. It is right there. The gaffa's holding it up. The Men's Physique show.
Yep.
Is it official or is it just that? Just that right there? There it is.
Just the Men's Physique Show. There it is.
There it is.
Physique Show. Yep.
The Men's Physique Show is live, guys. We have multiple videos on there, and just have a ball. You're driving, you're doing whatever, cardio. You don't feel like watching stuff, tune in, listen to it. The quality, the audio is just spot on, and it's just going to be music to your ears.
And we've got athletes that are on there that just drop so many gems. If you were to take them, the arsenal of intel that you would have, you just leapfrog over the competition so quickly, because it's just, these little details that make up the big picture for you when you hit that stage. So check us out, Spotify, the Men's Physique Show. Check us out, YouTube. Get your gems, get your information, be part of the movement. Let's go.
Let's go, boys. Come on. Awesome. Next topic is Mauro Fialho.
Oh my God.
Spanish Brazilian Men's Physique. I mean, he's a damn near superstar. The amount of following that he has and the audience engagement and the people behind him. Not only that, he placed, what did he get this year? 13th in the world at the Mr. Olympia. He posted a hilarious AI picture. AI is going around right now. You're seeing a lot of people use AI. I'm going to pull up the gaffa right now to show them what they would look like with 10, 20 pounds of muscle. I'm going to pull up Aleem Bolton. Make sure you guys give this guy a follow. If you're not following him now, it's inevitable. You're going to start following him here in a few weeks, few months. He ain't going nowhere. He's here to stay.
Yeah.
The gaffa through this. Look at all this content, boys. It's going to take me 10 years just to scroll your page. That's how much content we throw up. The gaffa threw up. He is a Men's Physique Masters pro. This guy is a pro. We do have a pro on the channel. Thank gosh, Phil, because me and you ain't no pro. Thank gosh we have some authority on this channel. He threw himself up 20 pounds of lean muscle on stage, which is absolutely hilarious. But back to Mauro Fialho. Everyone's doing the opposite of Mauro. Everyone put up, what do I look like 10, 20, 30 pounds heavier with muscle? Mauro in this photo looks like he's been enjoying some really nice beers, some really nice Brazilian greasy food. This is hilarious. And it really shocked me. 18,000 likes in a few days.
Wow.
Avomp, what do you think of this, bro?
I think I prefer to see Mauro stage ready. Just that look doesn't suit him. I prefer him on the stage, on the diet, doing his cardio, working his ass off. But I'm telling you, AI it produces some crazy stuff, man. Like, never in a million years. Who would have thought 5-10 years ago that we'd be able to put a photo on the net and it'd be able to completely transform our physique? But it was hilarious when I saw him. When I saw this, sorry. We saw Aleem as well. Aleem, like Hart said, I don't want to jump on stage if you ever look like that. The funniest thing, though, and Hart, I don't even know if you know this, but I tried this out about 3-4 weeks ago. And I don't know if you remember our group chat, but I asked Aleem what he thought I could improve on and what I needed to improve on to beat Ryan Terry. And I don't even think Aleem realized that was an AI-generated photo, because he gave me a whole spiel on where my hands should be, where I should add thickness, the works. We'll go through the chat later, but I'm like, I don't think this guy knows that this is AI generated. But yeah, it's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that, Phil, I was like, damn, Phil's fucking big. I was like, I didn't know he was that big. I was like, well, let me choose that answer. Yeah. I didn't even know you could say AI, bro.
Who's the young cat out of Turkey? Who's the young cat out of Turkey that we've been talking about? No, the other guy out of Turkey.
You're talking about
Tuna Hill Gallagher, or like what's his name?
You're talking about Kulik?
Tulan?
How do you spell his name?
Talha Kulik? You talking about him?
Yeah, I just can't find
Talha
his name.
Kulik he's the dude who former boxer and national athlete.
Yeah, I can't find his Instagram. He had a really good AI one. That's why I wanted to bring it up, but I
Oh,
have no idea how to spell his
pull him up.
name.
Yeah, I'll tell you here in a second.
Al
It's Tal
Tal.
Kulik. Yeah, Hold on, I'll pull it up.
I should pull it up there. There he is. He had
Yeah.
some really good AI ones, and it just shows his shape. A lot of guys use the AI thing and kind of takes away from their shape. I thought his were hilarious, you know, and I love his military stance. Obviously, he was, what'd you say, a lieutenant in the Turkish military.
Yeah.
I love seeing his. This guy's a super bright future. I just wanted to bring him up because I thought his were pretty funny. Here's another one that he did. Let's see. I know he was posting a bunch of them. I thought they were just hilarious. Well, there's this one at least. It's going around. And what do you guys think? Like, do you think this will have any type of impact on social media, on our minds, on anything? Is this just what it is? You know, are these just fun photos to laugh at, or is there a deeper, you know, a deeper impact that we're just not seeing right now?
I think there's a deeper impact, brother, because it gives athletes something to strive for. When you put 10 pounds on your physique, 8 pounds, 20 pounds on your physique, and you can kind of then start to visualize where you need to be. You know, we were all talking the other day, and we were talking about Mercedes Gretz and Rolex, and how prior to Mercedes Gretz being filmed swimming the English Channel, there was something like less than 100 people who had done it. Since her, there's been thousands of people who've done it because they see it's possible. So it's something to be said about putting on that type of muscle and then seeing it and knowing that you can strive. Like if you strive and, you know, get your diet right and continue working out and busting your ass in the gym, keeping the cortisol levels low and having a great team behind you, like the Men's Physique host here, this is achievable. And I think it's going to just start to sharpen our division even more. I know I'm excited to put more weight on, and it's going to be phenomenal this year. So, what do you guys think?
Avon, what do you think?
I agree with you. I
Positive,
mean,
negative?
yeah, I mean, I see both sides of it. I mean, I see, as Alim said, it's going to give you something to strive towards. When I saw my one, I'm like, damn, that's my potential. That's what I could look like if I, you know, push a little bit harder and, you know, keep training and whatnot. I do see the opposite side to it, though. I mean, it will expose a lot of athletes if they use it in the wrong way. I mean, you can only imagine what it could do for their reputation if they're altering their photos and then they look one way on social media and then they jump on stage and look completely different. So I think it does have its positives and negatives, but that's like anything in life. I don't know what
I
Alex Roper's right here. Looks like the thing from Fantastic Four. Just saying.
Yeah, he's huge, bro. I don't know how much, 8 pounds? He said 8 pounds? You see that in the caption right there? Told ChatGPT 8 pounds? That looks like 80 pounds.
I was going to
bro,
say.
his interview with us too. I'm not surprised because
God.
he's a genetic freak. Also, he's a super athlete, and man, Alex Rogers, man, we love you, brother. What a great interview. What a humble dude, family man, God fearing, just a phenomenal athlete. Great shape, great flow to his physique. But one thing you were saying, Phil, real quick is, you know, our community is about being real and being and holding yourself real. I'm glad that this is something that's kind of like we all know it's comical and it's not real, right? So like the whole community can get behind it. But if it were someone literally altering to get views up and everything, and they were trying to perpetrate like this was them, and then you saw them on stage, the community, the men's physique community specifically, they don't play that. They're like, bro, you're giving us false advertisement. Get the hell out of here. You know, you could literally shoot yourself in the foot doing that. But thank God, again, this is just a trend and everyone's on it. Last thing I wanted to also say is when you had Fialho up, Mario Fialho up just a minute ago, bro, if you look at his calves didn't change. This dude's calves are so freaking big that even as a heavyweight, a sumo looking wrestler, even as the Indian king of India right there, like the Sultan of Abu Dhabi, you know, with that belly. The dude's calves still look the same. Like the AI just did it. There was like, we're not even giving you additional calves because your calves are so big. It's like, we're just gonna
You don't need it.
Look at his calves, bro.
His calves are crazy. Barack, him, Jeremy, Vegeta, we talk about all the time. People like to shit on men's physique calves. Granted, there's a few guys out there whose calves, you know, look like wrist bones. Phil, yeah, me too. I'll take credit for that.
Yeah,
and then some of the best calves in the league right here, Jeremy Buendia, Mauro Fialho. Again, I almost got fooled. This is AI again. Aleem, did you see that? This is AI.
Wow.
I did not pick
This
one
is
up.
AI.
They look
That's
incredible.
crazy.
I tell you this, those two physiques step on stage, any stage, and if they look like that, I mean, Mauro Fialho almost looks like that. I'm not even gonna lie. It might be AI, but
He does.
almost looks exactly like that.
He almost
I mean,
looks like that.
jeez,
Mhm.
bro. Jeez.
There's the
Well,
normal one.
Here's a
They're-
topic
they're-
of conversation. Obviously, we're seeing the physiques change year on year from when, Mark Anthony won the first Olympia to what the physiques are now. Do you see this division moving in that direction, and then that will then force the IFBB to start up another division? Because when you think about it, these physiques are going to continue to grow and grow and grow, and obviously these athletes are going to get to a certain weight cap, and then what do they do? So, do you see the division actually heading in this direction in the next 5 years?
I'll let you go hard. You go first. What do you think?
I haven't really thought that deeply into it until right now, until you brought that up, Avant. But I feel like with the evolution of just the human body and human biology and genetics and where we're heading and looking back at the trend 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60 years ago, there's probably going to come a point, whether it's 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years down the road, where something's going to have to change, where it's another division, raise the weight caps, something. I don't know if it's going to happen in the next couple of years, but if you just look back on the trends and you follow history, we're getting bigger, boys. Whether we like it or not, for the better or not, we're getting bigger. Gaffa, what do you think?
I mean, you see what they did with bikini, and they now have the fitness division, right? The fit division. And a lot of people knock that, and they're like, "Well, you can't win bikini, and now you're doing fit," and so forth and so on. I think the same thing is going to eventually happen with men's physique, because as the Olympia and the IFBB, more importantly, tries to expand and become more mainstream, they they have to keep certain physiques attainable, right? Because that's really the hook. How do you get people to want to partake and participate? If it becomes a mission of theirs to win their pro card, if it becomes a mission of theirs to step on stage, you have to be able to roll out the avenue or the red carpet for them to be able to achieve that, right? And then you get their buy-in. You get them, as a fan, as a competitor. They're spending money on shows. They're spending money on outfits. Their families are flying out, putting asses in seats, the whole nine. So I do think that eventually, with men's physique moving at such a rapid pace, that they are going to probably do an offshoot where it's more of a model, like maybe they'll call it a model division or something like that. I know there's a couple of other lesser name uh, um, organizations that are out there throughout the world that do something similar to that. We had I think something that we were all looking at where guys were dressed in like sports coats, and they had nice abs, but they look more like models versus looking like men's physique per se. So I do think that they'll take it there eventually. But I like where the division is at right now. So let's just continue to allow steel to sharpen steel and see what happens.
Love it. Love it. AI is getting crazy. It's getting crazier and crazier. I feel like the most important thing we could do is learn it, understand it, and use it as a tool to better our lives. Before it takes over, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Ex Machina, but that's a real thing, man. It's only a matter of time, I feel like, personally, before AI is just a little bit above the human race, man. Let's move on, though. We got a few more topics in the show. We're coming in on an hour, which is fantastic. If you
Before
notice,
I let you go on, Hart, I want to say something.
Please.
Guys, if you've made it to this point of the video and you're enjoying what you're seeing, you're loving the content, make sure to hit the subscribe
hit
channel.
that subby button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Please.
If you're listening to it on Spotify as well, make sure to follow us on Spotify. And if you could do us a massive favor, take a screenshot of both your Spotify and or the YouTube, chuck it on your story, tag the Men's Physique Show. We will feature you on our Instagram channels. Please. And be part of the movement.
Come on.
Be part
of the movement. What do you guys want to call yourselves? Right? What do you want to call yourselves? We want to name our wonderful fans. We're all a unit. You guys are a unit that support us. What's the name going to be? We want to leave it up to you guys. I think that's so cool.
And we will announce the new name. We're excited about it. We're going to make a whole big thing about it. Be part of the movement. Get known. Allow us to put you out there on blast and allow us to show you love and give you your flowers. do this for not only for our show, but more importantly for the division. Because as we move together as a unit, we're unstoppable. Separate, you can be beaten. But as a group, as a movement, man, this division is going to become a household name across the world. So please be part of it. Let's go.
Love it. Love it. Way to stop me. Please stop me anytime for that stuff. That's good stuff. IFBB Pro Thanos, man, the first memory that I have of Min-soo, South Korean multi-time Olympian Thanos, it was in 2020 when I was making my second comeback to the channel. I posted a video titled, "Who is Min-soo, IFBB Pro Thanos?" and it got almost 70,000 views. This guy's popular, and he's popular for a reason, because you don't see very many massive, aesthetic, handsome, giant Koreans looking like this, who is also a really cool and popular individual in South Korea. This is IFBB Pro Thanos, and I think the physique kind of stands for itself. Again, he's a multi-time Olympian, puts out a lot of great content. You know, he's not talked about very much as of late just because he hasn't been competing, but my guy is the master of camera angles. Every time he posts a photo of his beautiful wife, he looks like he's 8 feet tall. And it's just another freaky physique that competes in the men's physique division. He says physique update about a month ago. We haven't seen him on a stage in a little bit, but every time he's on stage, you can't take your eyes off him. He's about Raymond Edmonds' height, which is about 6'2", and the frame is just crazy. I mean, you go out in the world and you find someone who is South Korean, this tall, this much muscle, and is doing the damn thing. Let's pull up this photo. I think this says, Phil, guys, if you can see that, maybe I can find something a little bit clearer. Here we go here. Min-soo, what do you think, Avomp, about this guy? Have you heard of him? What do you think of him? Break this guy down for me.
This guy is, there's only one word. This guy is massive, not only in height, but width. Like, he's round. I'm pretty certain this guy was on a reality TV show. And the guy, I mean, for good reason. Like, and his name, Thanos, it's so fitting. Like, I don't know when the last time, I remember he jumped on the Olympia stage, was it a couple of years back? I don't think he was at the last Olympia. But
a little here. I wonder if this is it. There he is.
When was that?
2024 looks like, yeah.
2024, yeah. He's a mass monster. Like, does it raise the question that he might be too big for the division? I'm not too sure, but I mean, he's got muscle in all the right places. He's a presence on that stage, that's for sure. I haven't seen too much of his posing, but I know there's one thing, and that's I need to start working on my camera angles, because if this guy can work the camera, and I know if you follow me on Instagram, my camera angles in the gym are absolutely terrible. Don't even ask me about when I got to take photos of my wife. Like, I can't get that thing right either. But I need to get some lessons off Thanos, that's for sure. But yeah, I hope to see him in the 2026 Olympia.
Gaffa, what do you think? I want your opinion. I know you've never talked about him. I want to hear a raw, real opinion of this cowboy right here who's giving Aaron Banks a run for his money, by the way.
I know, rocking that cowboy hat. I like it. You know, there were a lot of Asian cowboys back in the days. That's true. Part of railroad and helping the railroad, building the railroad throughout America also. But that's all another story for another time. I tell you, I met him in person at the FIDE board short table at the Olympia years ago. And when I met this dude, he was so freaking big, dude. I was like, damn, that's a big boy. I was like, this dude, I looked at him, I was like, shit. And I went over to FIDE because I was looking for we were talking about sponsorship, potential sponsorship, and they were so dope, man. They gave me like 3 different board shorts. They were like, here, rock our shorts and everything at your next show, this, that, and the third. And he was there as an athlete. So I'm not sure if he's still sponsored by them because they're out of Korea also. So I'm not sure if he's still sponsored by. I saw him with the Chula shorts on earlier at the Olympia. But again, the guy is just a really, really big genetic freak, especially and no knock, but you just don't normally see Asians this big, this muscular, right? So just genetically super, you don't see human beings this big. So the name Thanos, as you mentioned, Avon, very, very fitting for him. His posing, I always thought that he was too big for the division. I always thought that he belonged more in classic physique because he's just huge quads, huge legs, huge arms, huge everything. And his waist is a little boxier. It looks like because he's in the division, he started to taper that in and bring that down so his arms would come down a little bit. his waist has come down a little bit, and you know, that's great. The thing that I like about this guy, when I met him, he was so honorable. He was so cool when we met, as most of the guys are in our division. I mean, you know, if you sacrifice as much as we all sacrifice, you put the time in the work, you have, you know, a relentless pursuit of just perfecting your body. That type of mindset and character is just a common thread for the most part throughout our division. And I'm so glad that the vast majority of athletes in our division are wired that way. There's only a couple of people who I would say, you know, to hell with them. And, you know, I won't start cursing here. You guys know how I can get. But anyway, this guy is so cool. And the fact that he posts stuff about he and his girl, is it his wife or his girlfriend?
We got to go up to it. What's your take on this? We got to go up to it. I'm glad you brought that up. One of the most viral posts he has it pinned. This is hilarious.
He comes up behind a dude.
Yo.
That's a big dude.
Yo.
I love their interaction, man. They are so in love. There was something they did. You sent this out the other day, Hart, where they did a couples challenge. And it's like asking, you know, who loves who more, who's into, who does this. There it is. Yeah. This is so cute, man. This is so cool.
Who's
Dressed
more in love
alike,
now,
you know?
point. Yeah.
She's gorgeous too. I mean, beautiful couple.
Yeah, beautiful people all around. I just wanted to bring up Thanos a lot. No one in the men's physique realm news will ever talk about this guy, but I love talking about genetic freaks around the league, whether they compete or not. I think they have impact on the sport. And as you see here, this guy's just a crazy athlete. I mean, he's doing dips on the gymnastic rings. He's running at 240 plus pounds, 6'2". So he's not all muscle. You know, he's an athlete, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And there's pictures and videos of him boxing and doing all this stuff. Thanos, we can't wait to see you back on stage, brother. We're rooting for you. I don't know how your English is, but we'd love to get you on the channel for an interview sometime next year.
Hells yeah.
Last few topics here. We got to get into some heat real quick. I know we talked about Andre Dayu last video. We're going to save a lot of Arnold Classic news and updates for Monday, but you know, this is going to be 4 or 5 days late by the time we get to it on Monday. So let's talk about it. Avomp, Andre Dayu, 9 weeks out. Latest update. The Gaff was commenting, tagging us all. Andrew Jack is in the building. What do you think, baby?
He's bringing the heat. Like, look at that back. That back is meaty. He's rowing that thing. I don't want to see this guy on a rowboat because if we're talking about all these athletes turning into, you know, going down the more athletic route, I reckon we could see Andre in the Romanian rowing team at the next Olympics. That's for sure. But I mean, he might get disqualified because of the PED side of things. But anyway, he's bringing the heat, man, and he's going to look impressive. I mean, we know how, you know, between us three, we know how good of an athlete Andre is. I mean, you know, top 5 at the Olympia, top 7 at the Olympia. This guy, he's serious. And, you know, if there is going to be one person who we believe may challenge Andre Dayu, it will be this guy. And you know, to be one of the first athletes to put some real progress photos up, it makes it exciting for us as a collective, but the men's physique division as a whole. And I'm looking forward to seeing more and more progress photos as the weeks go on.
Yo, Phil, I got to agree with you, man. Like, out of anyone who can challenge Brandon Hendrickson, it's Andre for sure, because he's just got an incredibly thick, dense, striated, top to bottom, lower lats, upper lats, rear delts, rhomboids. I mean, just Christmas tree. The guy's got everything: traps, upper traps, lower traps, mid traps. He's got it all on the backside. Pause, and then when he turns to the front, full chest, right? Arms have come down, the shoulders are capped, knows how to pose, knows how to show off his physique now, which was one of his Achilles heels up until recently, right? The Romania Pro we actually saw, he went and searched, he got Ventura to be his posing coach. He caught up with Steve in New York, who put him on, head judge Steve Weinberger, who put him on to posing. Like, he's really put the work in. The guy is really dangerous. Again, I do believe if Andre etches out that waist area, the obliques and the ab section, he's got the look. I mean, he's the most, you know, besides Ryan Terry and Avon, he's probably the most handsome guy in men's physique right now,
That's
right?
an important shot out there, Avon.
Right.
I'll take it.
I mean, the dude just has to look, man. So, yeah, if anyone's going to challenge Brandon, it's definitely him, and I would throw Edvon Palmera in there, and a few other guys, but definitely him and Edvon stand out for sure. Incredible physique, and he's at elevation. Love that gym, by the way. They have some really cool equipment there. Worked out with Corey Morris and Clarence McSpadden
Where's
before
this
the
at?
Olympia.
Where's this at?
That's in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Avon,
that's
what
in
you got?
Vegas.
I know we said he was working with Omar Ventura, but am I imagining something, or did I see Logan Franklin was helping him out with posing too?
Yeah,
I think Logan said he has helped him out in the past. I don't know if he's still doing that, but I thought his comment said he has helped him out.
I love that though. I
Proposal.
love that. Here it is right here. I love that Logan Franklin is watching the men's physique show, classic physique Olympia,
Right.
men's physique Olympian, one of the most successful transfers of divisions to ever do it. Logan, we love you, brother. Love that you tune into the
Yeah,
show.
man.
Yeah, he comments right here. You're right, Gaffa and Avampi says, I remember giving him some lessons as well, way to improve, and it's love all around. That's just so dope to see that on here. Andre Dayu, ladies and gentlemen, you saw on his story. I mean, no other channel is going to give you updates. Just 6 hours ago, Andre Dayu doing pull downs and looks like a gorgeous flipping gym. He's already striated. He looks full. Body is separated. Haircut's on point. Don't mess with our guy, Andre Dayu. I agree with you guys. Brandon, and I know we'll get into more Arnold Classic on Monday, but I can definitely see Andre Dayu battling for that top spot. He's a guy that can win it all. You can't say that about every guy on that roster. You can't say that about maybe more than 3 guys on that roster. Andre Dayu with the latest physique updates definitely is. Andre, we love you and we need you on the show, brother, sooner
Hell
rather
yeah.
than later. Maybe we could plan something in Columbus, Ohio, the week of the show, get you down there in person and start talking to you. A couple more guys before we end this thing off. I want to go into the other side of the world, and I want to go into India. We love India. We love the men's
Hell
physique
yeah.
athletes over there. We love the Indian fans, some of the most hardcore, loving, engaged fans on planet Earth. Shout out to all the Indian people out there. Shout out to all the amazing Indian food and the amazing Indian culture. Raul Fitness has 6 points right now, currently heading into the 2026 Olympia. And this guy, every time I see him, I mean, he's just in the gym posing right here. This was, late last year. It's just impressive. He, by far, I can say this on 10 toes, 10 fingers, the best Indian Olympian back in the entire world. It's
Yeah.
thick, it's dense,
Yeah.
like Gaffa and Aleem says, and Avon says, from top to bottom, left to right, up and down, 360. It's impressive. Avon, I wanted to get your take. I'm going to restart this. I want you to give me that classic physique breakdown that you're so naturally good at. I don't know how I'm so glad I discovered you. I'm always take credit for discovering Avon, because this guy's the fucking man. You as well, Aleem. Give me a breakdown on Raul Fitness, Indian men's physique, past Olympian, I believe. I don't know if he's actually been to Olympia, but he's trying to get there. He's 6 points already on the board. What do you think, Avon?
All right, let's do it. So we're doing just the back, or we're doing the front as well?
The whole shebang.
The
Ready?
whole thing.
1,
All right, pause this one
2,
for me.
3.
All right, let's go. So from top to bottom, left to right, front to back, he has the width. He's got a nice chiseled ab, thick arms, nice round chest. I think the upper chest may need a little bit of work to bring it back up, but overall, he's got a really, really nice front shot. And then from the back, this guy is wide, he's thick, he's dense. And then just because of how wide those lats are, look how small it makes his waist look. So nice Christmas tree. I mean, what is he, 10 days? What's his 10 days before? A lot of adjustments. So that's not, I don't think this is a pre or a prep update, but just look at the detail in the back. Look at the meat in the mid back. Look at the detail in the scapular area where the lat attaches to that, like that rear dowel. Like that is a nice back. And then thickness from in the arms as well, thickness in the tries. So, and he poses very, very nicely as well. He's got nice flow. He's nice and smooth with his transitions. I don't know if I like that. I know he's trying to show off the upper back, but I don't know if I like that sort of pose. But all in all, you can see why this guy is one of the best Indian athletes in the world at the moment. And, he continues to improve. We'll see him on the Olympia stage in 2026. How was that?
I love it. Gaffa, you're up, baby. What do you think of Raul Fitness? He has 6 points. Indian fans love him. I love this guy. Every time I make a video of him, he shows the love and collabs with us. What do you think of Raul Fitness? Gaffa.
bro, like it's hard to come up behind Phil after that breakdown because it was so on point, brother. Like that was fire. I mean, you're right. I agree 100%. I think that the upper pectorals need to come in a little bit more. Um, it's a struggle for all men for the most part. Very few guys are genetically blessed to just naturally have that upper shelf on the chest. So it's something that you got to work on for sure. But beautiful, beautiful front. I think he can twist his waist a little bit more in that front shot, to make the waist hide a little bit more and look a little smaller. So maybe that's something that he works on, get a little bit more dexterity in that hip area. But when I see his back, bro, look at that. That's almost that E Banks explosion pose. When I see his back, I think Emmanuel Hunter. That thick, dense lower back like that, where like it's the 3D back, where your eyes just keep traveling, into the spinal area. Like it looks incredible. Him and E Banks have that just mushroom where it goes from the waist and it just balloons outward like that, and yet it's still thick and dense. Some guys, they have that mushroom, but it's a lot flatter, right? Like I think that that's something that Andre Dayu can continue to improve on. It's getting that thickness. I think that's why he's doing so many rows and whatnot to build up that thickness. But this guy's already got it. I mean, you look at the separation. It looks like two thick ass wings on his back right there, and he's ready for takeoff. The arms are great. I don't think that he needs to work on arms anymore. He's got nice calves that complement. Again, he's not. This is not like 2 days out, so he's holding water. So we still could see him even more striated than this, obviously. Being a day out from the show, or certainly hitting the stage if he can hit his peak correctly. And do you know who his coach is by any chance?
No, I do not. Nope.
Tell us who your coach is, brother, because we want to know. Like, I'm so curious to see how he peaks. Young guy, looks great. Indian athlete. I mean,
bright future.
Bright future.
Steep,
Bright
steep
future.
trajectory, like you said. I love that. Steep trajectory.
Damn, look at that, bro. That, I think, again, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great back.
That's beautiful. I just think that front pose, he needs to work on that front pose.
Yeah, a little bit more twist for sure.
Yeah, a little bit more twist to hide that side right there. Yeah, that oblique right there. He needs to hide that a little bit. It bulges out just a little bit. But great physique, man. Great physique. Kudos shout out to all the Indian athletes out there that are coming up in men's physique, because you guys are running like a rhino. You guys are just coming with that hot fire. We love it. To see Anik Ghosh. We're going to have Anik Ghosh on the show here in a couple of weeks, guys. We have Emmanuel Hunter coming up here in the next couple of weeks, brothers. Like, wow, phenomenal athletes that are going to be on the show. Y'all better tune in and watch.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Agreed. The quality coming out of India, man. Like we've got Raul, we've got Buyan, we've got Anik, we've got Manoj Patil.
Buyan, I forgot about Buyan. Right.
The quality coming out of that country. We know how much India as a whole love bodybuilding. We know how much India as a whole love men's physique. But the quality that keeps coming out of it, I mean, they could run riot at the Olympia if they get enough guys on that stage.
Yeah. The question is going to be how they compare from a size perspective, because you can see the bubbliness, you can see the striations, you can see the detail. Now it's going to be a matter of like when they actually stand on stage next to, the US guys or some of the Brazilians and whatnot that are just really, really big guys, how they fare next to that. And it's not a size game per se, but when it comes down to everybody's striated, everyone's, hyper conditioned, 3% body fat, 4% body fat, if even. The posing is beautiful. The tan is polished. Now if the only thing that's left is the size differentiator, then the judges are going to go with the size, as long as it's proportion. So it's just going to be interesting to see how they fare. But bro, like look at Anik, man. That guy is just incredible physique, man. Again, shout out to them, man. Love the Indian food too. I'm probably going to eat some tomorrow or over the weekend.
Hey, India trip. IFBB Pro Show 2027, possibly men's physique show. You never know, boys. You
Probably
never
not.
know our next move. That's why you got to subscribe. Last topic of the show. This is only show 3, which is crazy. And right now we're inching on 14,000 views on 2 combined shows that are over an hour long. I'm just telling you, that's unheard of. That's unheard of for the men's physique division and content. Kyron Holden has dropped a new physique update, and my man has definitely put on some serious muscle. Avomp, what do you think of this?
You know this isn't real, right?
Yeah, I'm glad I fooled you. Yeah, I didn't know. I know it's not real. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, this guy's ready. This guy's ready to go up against Ramondino this year. Not the men's physique guys. But man, if that was the look that he was bringing to the 2026 Olympia, we all should be scared. But man, I love Kyron. I love him as a person. I mean, I was chatting to him a couple of times, but I love even more so like his physique and just the type of athlete that he is. But I remember I think you did a reel, I did a reel on this as well, but this guy's got the biggest titties I've ever seen in the men's physique division.
It's damn
This
right.
guy's
Keep
got
talking about it.
milkers on him.
Keep talking about it, baby.
Mate, nah,
Best
my
part of the
wife
show.
might hear me, and I reckon my wife might hear me, and she might start questioning things. But yeah, this guy might need to get some sport bras or something. But he's definitely letting the bikini girls know, it's like, hey, this is what we're bringing to the stage. But this guy's got an amazing physique. I mean, the king, we've deemed him the uncrowned king or the uncrowned champion. And the guy's got his own statue at the Legion Sports Festival. You know, I didn't actually know that until one of our recent interviews that we did with, I think it was Ryan Clark. But man, the guy took a year off the stage last year. I mean, he might have had other things going on in the background, which is why he didn't jump on stage. Oh, sorry, 2 years ago. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this guy at the Olympia. I mean, he's already qualified. He's got beautiful posing. I love that. I always thought this was like a Naruto pose, but then when I thought about it, I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh! When they hold the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards up to their head. But yeah, Kyron as a whole, I love that. Yeah, there you go. Miss Naruto. I got that one.
Your first
Got that one
collab
wrong.
reel with a big time guy. Tell us about this, Avon. Tell us the feelings that you felt with all this. This was crazy.
This was when I first started this journey, and Kyron was the first guy to ever collaborate with me, and I feel like that's where it kind of all kicked off for me, because I mean, you can see the likes there, the views, the shares. It was a big turning point for me. It made me realize that, hey, this is where my passion lies, you know, talking about these guys and collaborating with these guys and just doing all things men's physique. I mean, for a big part of let's say the last 2 years, like I was completely out of the men's physique game, but just this one collaboration alone was the thing that kickstarted it for me, lit that fire under my ass, and made me realize me talking about this division and this division as a whole is where I want to be. But yeah, it was a life-changing moment for me.
I love it.
Wow.
Gaffer, let me get your take on Kyron Holden. He's already qualified for the 2026 Mr. Olympia. I know he said to me he's going to compete in 2026 as well. What do you think of him as a human being? What do you think of him being crowned the uncrowned Mr. Olympia? What does that mean to you? And what do you think of his physique?
First of all, a lot of times we don't show love, not us, but just in general, we don't show love to some of the team members that help to create a physique like this. So shout out to his coach DJ, who is just a phenomenal individual, super cool guy, got a lot of swag, and has been there from the very beginning with Kyron. So major shout out to him and for their journey together. The guy has kept his eye on him, on Kyron as an athlete, but you could tell that they have a genuine friendship. And DJ's no joke too. I mean, he's hit the stage himself and as a competitor, and he's got a nice physique also. But just Kyron, getting back to Kyron, he's just genetically gifted, bro. Kyron, hit the gaffer up so I can get you a bra sponsorship, bro. Hit me up, man. I'll make it happen for you. Victoria's Secrets, whatever. Like I will get you put on, brother. But now seriously, the dude is just. You guys are right. He has a statue of him at what is it? The Daytona Pro.
Yeah,
Legion.
Legion. Yep.
The Legion. Sorry, at the Legion. You see his character in the background on the Legion. He's into anime. Super cool dude. I haven't had the opportunity to meet him yet, but I know that we're going to hit it off, of course, because he has a champion mentality. And typically, when you cut from the same cloth, you get it. Striated all over the place. Super bubbly. I thought that he kind of got jerked a couple of times at the Olympia with his placing. I don't know, what that was about, but one of the best backs in the division, one of the most complete physiques in the division. Um, his abs, I mean, just super bubbly. I don't know if it's the tanning and maybe because I haven't been there at a show to see him in person to see what the judges are comparing it against. Maybe, he's a darker skinned person. Maybe the tans isn't showing the striations as much as he actually has. But I love that he's taken the women's figure pose and incorporated that into his posing. That when he turns around and puts that leg out in the front, a lot of guys can't do that and pose properly, and it looks good. It actually completes his posing style, and he does a whole anime kind of thing with his posing. He makes the posing his own. So I'm just so happy to see a guy not be typecast to what the judges want to see. Look how wide his lats are. Look at that, bro. Like this guy is just an athlete, and he's into yoga. Have you guys seen him? I think he's like
instructor.
a
Yeah.
yogi or something like that. He's an
He's an
instructor.
instructor, certified,
Mm.
everything. Aleem, I want to ask
Super-
you: is this a physique in 2026? If Kyron comes in how he did for Legion to dethrone the Mr. Olympia, is this a good enough back? Is this a good enough front shot to defeat a Ryan Terry? Again, they're both coming in 100%, which I don't believe we've seen with Kyron yet. I think he's come in 100% at other shows and maybe falls short at the Mr. Olympia a little bit, but 100% Kyron, 100% Ryan Terry. Is that a challenge?
It's a challenge, but I think that Ryan Terry just beats him out in the abs. His abs and his front shot is just so detailed. His obliques are just so etched in. If you're not coming with that level of detail, I mean, every guy who's coming to the Olympia in that top 10 is uber conditioned. So it's not really about the conditioning, but it's more about how the muscle bellies pop through the skin and how separated they are. And I think that that's where Ryan Terry beats him out. I also think that in the back pose, Kyron has a beautiful back pose for sure. But the way Ryan Terry pulls off his back pose and you're able to see the detail from the lower lats all the way flowing all the way up, and it looks like a poster board of a back. And how the muscle separation is there. I just think that at this point, like if I'm comparing this Kyron version to Ryan Terry's Olympia prejudge version, where in my humble opinion, I think Ryan Terry looked better in prejudging than he did at the finals. I don't think that this is enough, and it's no knock to Kyron, but I just don't think it's enough to beat Ryan Terry at this point in my humble opinion.
Phil, I want to ask you the same question because this is a judge's table. This is going to be a reel that I'm going to compare both of these guys. This is going to be Ryan Terry versus Kyron Holden. What is your opinion? Do you think if Kyron Holden, there's that Legion Sports Fest trophy, by the way, do you think if Kyron Holden brings his 100% more conditioned and ripped and full and just perfect, the perfect Kyron Holden, do you think that's enough to take down Ryan Terry in a year's time? Again, we got a year for these boys to get better. Both of them are going to get better, no doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think Kyron has an issue with the muscle. I don't think Terry has an issue with the muscle. I think it's more along the lines with what Aleem was saying, but I want to get your opinion, Avant, because you're great at explaining things just as well as Aleem. What do you think? Is this a physique that can take down Terry in 2026?
I think it's a physique that will push Terry. I don't think it's a physique that will beat Terry. As to to Aleem's point, the midsection is going to be pivotal when it comes down to the side by side comparisons. I mean, Ryan has kind of set the standard for what the division is right now, and we know that one of his focal points is that midsection. Now, Kyron needs to really dial things in, and I feel like Ryan needs to miss the mark a little bit for him to be able to capitalize on the opportunity and then take the throne off Ryan. But we need to remember we also have another master that's sitting second position right now, which is Ali Bilal. And we know how detailed that guy is. I mean, if you were to compare Ali Bilal with Kyron Holden side by side front shot, in my opinion, I think Ali beats Kyron in that front shot, just a little bit more detailed in that oblique section, a little bit more sharper in the midsection as well. Now, turning to the to your point, Hart, like I don't think Kyron has an issue with muscle, and he presents it really, really nicely as well. Like, he showcases his posing's beautiful, it's flawless. He knows what he needs to do on stage. But like you said, the Olympia's coming around in September, and that's a long time. A lot can happen between now and then. Improvements can continue to happen between now and then. But overall, I'm looking forward to seeing these two guys side by side on stage.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Kyron, we love you. We're definitely going to get you on the show multiple times in 2026. We're rooting for you. We got your back, brother. We love who you are as a person. And unlike Phil and Aleem, who said, Terry's probably going to edge you out, I think if I posted a side-by-side reel, I think there'd be a lot of people who would think you in their humble opinion, would actually beat Terry. And you never know. That's why we love this sport. You just never know on show day who's going to bring it. And we're hoping you bring it, brother. All right. We have moved into the giveaway time. Who wants to take this away? This is our first giveaway we've done on the channel. And we put a reel up the other day on Ali Bilal. We said enter, 2 guys, follow the show, tag your mates. Here is the list. We got a big list. Who wants to take this bad boy away? Gaffa, I see you inching up. I'm going to give this to Gaffa.
No, listen. I want to give it to Phil because this was Phil's idea for sure to do this wheel. But bro, I can't believe how many people in the men's physique community stepped up and dropped. Like, look at that list.
Look at this.
Look at that list, bro.
Look at the wheel.
Like, people,
crazy.
We thank you guys so much. 3.7 million viewers last week in 1 week. In 1 week. Bro, we were at 3.5. We did 3.5 the week before. Then, like, we are so humbled and so thankful that you guys are tuning in, watching us. You care about the division. You care about the athletes. You care about where things are going, and you care about us. And we just so humbled by that. So I just want to say, man, like, kudos to whoever wins today, but no knock to anyone who doesn't. We're going to do more of these. Just continue to follow us. We're going to do more giveaways and whatnot. We have more sponsors that are popping up, that talks behind the scenes. And I can tell you this, like, I'm nonstop on this phone talking with companies right now. They know that we're a train that's doesn't have any brakes. We're all gas right now. We're just all electricity, constant movement forward. Get down. Men's Physique Show. Let's go. Take it away, Phil.
You're up,
I love how you got the colorblind guy to do this thing, but lucky there's an arrow there. I'm ready for this.
Okay. Boys, it's our first time doing this. I imagine I'm going to click to spin. Let me just follow instructions.
First, we just got to let's just recap. The winner of this prize pack is going to win a pair of board shorts, some of the dopest board shorts, as well as a supplement pack. If that's not the best way to start 2026, especially if you are on let's say you're a general population person and you're just starting your fitness goal, or you're an advanced, athlete jumping on stage this year, everyone's going to benefit from this prize pack. And we're looking forward to giving our first one away to our very lucky winner.
Phil, say one more thing. One more time. What are they winning? What are they winning, boys?
Yeah.
So we are winning one of the dopest pair of board shorts for you to rock at the beach. It's hot in Australia at the moment. It's summer, so rock it at the beach. Use them for your first ever men's physique show. If you're an experienced and veteran men's physique athlete as well, rock them on stage, as well as a massive supplement pack for you to kickstart your 2026.
Hey, one more thing. The reason why we have this, for those who don't know, is because we had an Ali Bilal contest, and you had to put in Ali. You had to put in Ali as for the entry, and we actually allowed people to do double entries. So some folks are double entered here. Shout out to y'all. You gave yourself an additional opportunity to win. You just increased your percentage and your chances of winning. But it was based on this drop right here, this silhouette, guessing who the athlete is. And for some people, it might have been difficult, but we know that signature Ali oblique shot right there in the transition pose before he faces the curtain probably gave it away fairly easy. So shout out to everybody. Let's let it rip.
Here we go. Yeah, please
go.
I feel like we need circus music with this one.
On your
we
marks,
could do dope circus music next time.
We could do better than that. All right, let's let it rip.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
So hopefully the lucky viewer has made it to the end of the video. Ooh, there you go.
Casual
We have
collector.
a winner, the Casual Collector on
Casual Collector.
Instagram. So what we're going to do is we're going to, hopefully you've watched this one to the end, but if you haven't, we're going to reach out to you on Instagram, let you know that you've won, and then we'll be sending a package your way very, very soon. Congratulations as well.
You know what? Beautiful. Awesome. You want to spin again? What do you guys think?
Let's spin one more time.
Let's spin one more time. Maybe
Just
we'll
to
give
see.
away
Yeah.
another one. Want to give away another one to someone else?
Yeah, we were talking about doing 2 giveaways, so we actually might do this. We are going to let the cat out the bag, but since we're here right now, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
So the second prize pack goes to
Who we got?
Starry
Alex.
Alex.
Starry
Congratulations.
Alex.
You'll be getting a prize
Congratulations.
pack too. So we'll send that one to you as well.
Where's he at? He's right here. Starry Alex. Awesome. Good stuff. Congratulations, guys. Thank you for entering.
That was awesome.
And that's the show.
Woo.
Beautiful.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot
great.
of fun, guys.
What's that? 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's a big one. You can just tell how much we're passionate about the division, guys. You can tell how much we love the sport, producing the news, and giving you as much content and videos to watch and listen to on both YouTube and Spotify. And on that, if you've made it to the end of the video and you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're on Spotify, make sure to hit that follow button as well. But as an additional thank you that you can give us, make sure to take a photo of your Spotify or screenshot of your Spotify and your YouTube, tag us, put it on your story, tag us, the Men's Physique Show. You can also tag Aline Bolton, Hart McGrath, and myself, Filton Sally. We'll put that on our stories as well to push your content out to the wider audience as well. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to the end. And you want me to just wrap this one up now that I'm here?
Yep.
All
Take it
right.
away.
I may as well wrap it up. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Stay tuned, guys, because we have a lot of content coming out over the next couple of months. We know that it's the low season right now, but if you follow us on social media, you know how much we're talking about the division. You know how much content we're pushing out to help not only the athletes, but also the fans, which we want you to let us know. What do you want to be called? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll announce that one very, very shortly. But other than that, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys in the next one.